All right, everybody, welcome to our regular meeting. In accordance with the order of the governor of the governor has issued on March 16, 2020. The City Council of the City of Cotulla, Texas will hold a regular meeting at 7 p.m. on Thursday, April 29th, 2021 at the Alexander Convention Center, 290 North IH 35, Access Road, Cotulla, Texas 78014. Council will have the option to attend in person or by conference call. The citizens of Cotulla will also be able to listen to the meeting by video conference. Roll call. I believe we have Mr. Ayala and Mr. Garcia. Does Mr. Ayala have an excuse?
He told us today at the deposition that he can't drive after dark if he can't get somebody to drive him. I guess the doctor says that he can't drive.
I need a first motion to excuse Mr. Ayala for having issues of not being able to drive at night.
I'll make the motion.
First motion is made by Mr. Gonzalez. I need a second. There is no second, so the motion is defeated. Therefore, it is an unexcused absence for Mr. Ayala. Mr. Garcia, did Mr. Reynaldo Garcia have a, did he call in?
He sent me an email that he had an emergency at home and he had to take care of.
All right, in that case, we also need a first motion to excuse Mr. Garcia.
So move to excuse him. He
First
has a
motion
medical
by
emergency.
Mr. Sertuche, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Moving on to, will everybody please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Citizens to be heard. In order to limit the number of people in attendance per the governor's order, public comments will only be accepted in writing no later than 30 minutes in advance of the meetings by sending them to City Secretary Bianca Maldonado at bianca.citysecretary@gmail.com. City Council cannot discuss any present issue, nor may any action be taken on any given issue at this time. Was there any citizens to be heard, Ms. City Secretary?
No, sir.
Excellent. Moving on to item number 5, discussion and possible action to change order number 003 submitted by Frank Architects Incorporated, increasing the contract time by 45 days, making the new dates of substantial completion, April 15th, 2021.
The change order is just adding dates. They're finalizing the last things that need to be done to the securing the building envelope that we're currently working on.
No money issues?
No, it's just time.
Just time,
What buildings?
The one we're remodeling,
The bank.
Oh.
the old bank, Stockman's Bank.
we're trying to schedule a walkthrough so that everybody can see it.
Oh. After the 45 days, will there be any additional days after that?
No,
Did it-
yeah, they're on the tail end of what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, usually Frank Architects is pretty good. Any questions on item number 5, Councilman?
No.
If not, I need a first motion to approve
So
item number
moved.
5. First motion by Mr. Garcia, I need a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Sertuche, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Moving on to item number 6, discussion and possible action on a notice received by Stockman's National Bank regarding a lockbox belonging to the city.
We got a notice from the bank that there supposedly is a lockbox that belongs to the city, and we don't have a key to it, and so we need a motion to be passed by council in order for us to go over there and ask for the box to be opened.
How long has it been?
We just got the notice the other day, and that's when we found out we had it.
We don't know what we have in there, or?
Is it I think it's $100 fee for an extra key, am I correct? to.
Well,
open up.
they're asking us, they're asking for a fee, right?
Yeah, they asked for a fee to
Yeah.
get
So,
another.
so
key.
pay the fee, we wanna see what's
Yes,
in
that's
it.
correct.
And if there's nothing important, we really don't need it.
Yes, sir.
So we just wanna have a motion passed by council so we can go in there and look and see what's there.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions on item number 6, Councilman?
No, sir.
No.
If not, I need a first motion to approve item number 6.
First motion.
First
Sec-
motion is made by
seconded.
Mr. Satucci, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Moving on to item number 7, discussion and possible action on an agreement for professional services submitted by Martinez Consulting Services for professional services.
We had been approached, by a group called, Thriving Communities, telling us that there was money available, from USDA, and they were having a webinar. And so I called Beto Martinez. Beto Martinez is, a man that does consulting work on many of our USDA projects. He is a former area director, with USDA, so he knows all the programs and everything there. In discussions with him, he indicated that there were 2 grants that were available from USDA for disaster relief, and we're pushing the winter storm that we had, and one of the programs is for $100,000 grant, and the other one is for $1 million. So I asked him to submit a proposal for him to begin work on that, to see which one of those we can get. He is very reasonable. He charges by the hour, the time that he spends. And he's very successful is what he's done. He's done work for the county and for the city, over the years, and he's been involved in most of our USDA projects.
Do we have anybody else doing that, doing it?
And he's very familiar with USDA.
Yeah.
We have other consultants that we use occasionally.
But they're not being used at
Erica
the moment.
Bustamante comes to mind.
But this is a special program.
And what I was gonna say is typically with a grant, there's a portion of it that you can use to pay the person that administers the grant. So it's not unusual to have more than one. I did have a question because I asked earlier in the week, can you send me a copy of the agreement? I hadn't seen it. I understand they're not charging much and they're not doing much, but I usually want them to have some kind of, is willing to waive the requirement of.
We have never asked him for insurance.
For USDA, right?
Some years ago, before he retired.
He retired.
Okay. Well, every agreement I get, I say, hey, you got to do these 4 or 5 things,
Yeah, we don't wanna scare him off. I mean, they've done good work for us in the past, and there's no reason for us
He's
not
very,
to.
very reliable too.
I understand that, but, this is a homemade agreement that, and I do feel like there are things that we should have in there, even if it's just a requirement that they have insurance on their car and they have the insured, the city named as an additional insured and things of that sort. I'm not super concerned about it.
Mhm.
It's that when we start asking for things and they go, I never had it, and it's up to you all. I mean,
Mhm.
I would like to prepare at least some modifications to it.
Just don't get too complicated.
I understand. The problem is that when something happens,
Yeah,
you
wanna
know,
be protected.
or you get hit with an audit, or they come back and say, hey, where did this money go? Now, I think all he's doing is applying for the grant,
He doesn't actually handle anything.
Right.
He basically
just a consultant, right? So that's better. So it's not like it's funneling through him, and then
It's
he's
not.
like
Tex-
Rio Grande,
Rio-
used to
Middle
do-
Rio
Middle
Grande
Rio
Development
Grande,
Council.
they actually got the grant, and they would
Yeah, that's a different deal.
put it out.
Yeah,
But Bianca, if you can send that to me in Word, at least I can format it and put a few things in it.
Huh?
Do you have it in Word?
No, I think I have it in,
Just paper? I'll
no, what is the program that's on my machine? Is it
PDF.
Word?
Yeah, but if not, I'll contact Mr. Martinez and have him.
We have the ability to change a PDF document to Word, but it would be easier if it came in Word.
In any case, we feel that, again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get generators and we're trying to, work on utilities. And so this is what we're targeting, in these grants that we're trying to get. I believe we're gonna have issues in the summer, firmly believe. And, if you're not aware, ERCOT sent us a message last week and asked us to cut back on electricity, and we're not even in summer.
Nope.
And so I think there's gonna be a problem. So we wanna move as quickly as we can to get these things
and
done.
be
But
prepared.
water wells, you can't cut back.
No,
There's
no.
no way.
No, we need to get the generators.
Yeah.
But the water tower will help too.
Well, yeah, but we're not
But
gonna.
we're
can
not
you get-
gonna have it, we're not
How
gonna
can you
be
get
up.
the water out of the well
This
to
is
the,
the
to the
summer.
tower?
This
this
is the
summer.
summertime,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not gonna have it.
I think that's a good idea.
Very good.
Be prepared.
And buy generators for the house too,
For the what?
for the houses. Oh. I mean, that's individual over here talking, cause we need for the microwave, for the fridge.
The county has huge generators out there
Yeah.
by the courthouse. I don't know if
Yeah,
you,
it's a gas generator.
I mean, they're humongous. I saw them working on those things the other day.
Well, everybody's working on their generators because they're making sure they run. Because the worst thing you can have is have a generator
Don't run.
that doesn't run.
Well,
And so,
my
and so
underst-
we're currently working on all our generators. We have generators on the sewer side. And so we're working at changing filters and everything and oil on everything.
Excellent.
My understanding is
Better to be prepared.
these
I run it.
generators, when they're hooked up to come on automatically, that they cycle all the time. They're always turning on and off, on and off, on and off, so that when you need it, it just,
Well, you generally have a set schedule when you're gonna run them. And
Test,
so you
test
run
run.
it.
It's once a month test run.
I
Yeah,
run
so
it,
once a month.
I run it once a week. It work
That's
once a
better
week.
once a week.
Once a week for 1 full hour, and then I run it for 15 minutes for it to cool off.
And we now have, several people that have the capacity to do that work, including somebody here in town. So I would ask that you approve the contract subject to whatever changes,
Oh, yes, sir.
Pending-
And
Steve is gonna-
on
Pending
the,
review and changes of the,
and the what?
on the bulk tanks, are we set with that for fuel?
Yes, I have the bulk tanks. I'm looking for a price, cause a guy here named Golden West or
Yeah.
something is
Rick, se llama Rick.
trying to charge me what they charge me at the service station. And, you know, we're supposed to get a federal tax
Yeah.
credit and some other
Yeah.
things, and he's not providing that. So we're looking for somebody else to bring the gas in. But we've got 2 tanks, one for diesel and one for, unleaded.
excellent. All right, I need it, Councilman, if there's no further discussion on item number 7, I need a first motion to approve item number 7 pending the review of the agreement by Mr. Steve Peña, our our lawyer, city lawyer.
So move.
First motion is made by Mr. Garcia, second by Mr. Sertuche. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Moving on to item number 8, discussion and possible action on a request submitted by Major Benjamin Morales from TDCJ.
This is a program that is done once a year where they do an appreciation, for the employees of, TDCJ, and the city has participated in the past, and they have asked for our continued participation, and, that's why it's before council.
Councilman, any questions on item number 8?
Participation like in what, sir?
They are requesting, if you go to item 8,
Yeah.
they're asking for our assistance.
Like funds or what?
I can't read it because I don't have my other glasses.
I think it is to do a luncheon for all the employees,
It's like,
appreciation day for them.
Yeah.
They do an excellent work, they put their life in danger, to help the community as much as they can. And it is good for us,
Yeah.
although I can't vote on it, because I work there, so we'll have to abstain.
typically, these, same officers, then bring out the squads of the trustees, and they help the city do cleanups and other things within the community. And so they pay the community back for anything that
Right.
we, give them. I wanna say it's $400 or $500 that we give them. I can't remember the exact figure, but it would be the same amount that we did last year.
They help the city, and also in the county, they help
Yeah.
the grounds, they do everything.
There's no further discussion on item number 8. I need a first motion to approve item number 8.
So moved.
First motion by Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Cotulla. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Moving on to item number 9, discussion and possible action on the memorial declaration of local state of disaster due to the public health emergency regarding the opening of the Alexander Convention Center.
We had kept the convention center closed because of COVID, and had not allowed any bookings to occur. I believe at the last meeting, I indicated to you that the local health authority told us that we had about 30% of the community that had been vaccinated. We believe that by July 4th, we will have at least 50 or 60% of the community vaccinated. And so we would consider, and it's up to you all to decide, booking events in the convention center sometime after July 4th. We believe that enough members of our community will be vaccinated or have gotten shots, because somebody complained to me that it wasn't a vaccine, but anyway, whatever you call it, that people get their shots. And I think that we will have at least 60% of the community that have been given those shots by July 4th at the pace that we're going. And they have indicated that they believe that will actually happen. So I think we'll be okay. And but the consideration is up to you. If you decide that you want to go ahead and do that, we would go ahead and advertise it.
And will the mask stays the same or optional if they come after July the 4th?
I want to say the CDC is basically telling people that if they have the shots, that it becomes a personal option whether you want to have the masks or not. I've kind of gotten used to it, so most of the time I wear one, regardless of, even though I've had COVID and I've been given the shot and I've been given antibodies and all kinds of things. I'm still going to go get the other shot, regardless. But I think it becomes a personal option after you hit a certain number of shots within the community, and I would think that the community will be ready at that period, after that period of time, because I think that gives us enough time to get people to seek the shots. And I think they're currently starting to work on the younger population, the teens, and I know going to school that there is an effort by a lot of parents to begin to give their sons and daughters shots for the new school year, because I think they're making it mandatory that they go back to school.
But we still have to see what these new variants are doing too, because it's gonna keep going up.
Yeah, you only have, you currently, I think there was a report today that said that there were, I want to say 4 or 5 states that actually had the variants, and the only one that continues to be a hotspot is Michigan, and apparently Oregon is going through some sort of crisis. But the overall hospitalization rate, I think, was down like 21% or something like that. So there is talk among those people that they believe that sometime after July, that the majority or a good portion of the population nationwide is going to be administered the shots.
I just wanted to mention that I heard yesterday on the news that New York City was opening up without restrictions June 1. And they've been very cautious up there.
If the state accepts.
Was that Mayor Giuliani again?
No.
No.
This was de Blasio.
Blasio.
Yeah.
But they've been extremely cautious, and if they're thinking in that place,
But they're seeking approval from the state.
so
If it happens to spike up again before July the 4th, can we come back and
We can revisit
Okay.
the issue.
in fact, if it is something you want to do, I think you would tell the city administrator, hey, keep an eye on these things. If this thing goes sideways between,
I would like to do that.
And
to be in the safe-
we can keep bringing you a report at every meeting.
Okay.
You know, we'll get the report, and we get the reports from the health authority here in the fire department.
My concern is the how.
Do we receive them every 30 days, sir?
No,
Or weekly?
they update it every time they have a vaccination drive.
My concern is the housing of the immigrants that wouldn't affect the spike or anything.
No, they're in hotel facilities. I want to say I haven't seen them yet,
Me neither.
but I thought they were here. I'm not sure where. But the people that are here, there are some people here, but they're not migrants. Those people work for ICE, and they're the ones that are working at the places that are processing, and that's why you see some of these buses. These buses take them. I followed one bus the other day, and he went all the way to Artesia Wells, and then he took off on 133 Catarina, because I think the facility that they have in Carrizo Springs is off of 83 and 277, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You go 83 and then you turn on 277, and it's up that way somewhere.
Sir, I have a question. Going back to the Civic Center, and I'm only asking because I work in the office and we get all the questions about when. So what are we anticipating? Are we anticipating July? Because we have a calendar, we still keep a calendar. And we have people that are booked for June, and these people have been booked for years.
Well, yeah, but we've not allowed anybody in there.
Yeah, no, I know, but I wanna,
So the ones
A
in June,
clarification on
the
the
ones
date.
in June, we're not allowing.
okay.
Even the ones in July, I want to say
We're
those in July
talking
are gonna
after
be-
July.
We're gonna see what's gonna happen in July too. We can't say if we're gonna do it.
Yeah, we'll bring back a report in next meeting that we have is in a week, or is it a week or two?
The next meeting in July should be
So I
the
just wanna
second
make
Thursday,
sure
should
it's
be on the
safe
8th.
For them to call the people that are booked for June to tell them that no.
Yeah,
Okay.
it won't happen now, but you know, we're gonna have to look at whatever
Okay.
we're being told.
One of the other
I wish
things,
we could open it, but
one of the other things that I would like to see, if it's possible, renting out the Civic Center, not at, I don't know, I think the price is 1,200
The what?
per event, the price.
We've not changed anything.
But can it be lowered? That's my question to you. And because I remember the past 2 years, there hasn't been business here. No, there hasn't been that many events. So I was just wondering, maybe lowering down the prices in order for.
you can lower the prices, but we won't recover our cost. And a lot of times, we have a great deal of damage. That is.
But you can charge for the deposit up front too, right?
Yeah, well, we normally charge a deposit, and then depending on the circumstances, we return that money
Okay.
After we inspect the facility after it's done. But, I mean, you can always visit whatever is currently there.
Yeah.
We would need to amend the ordinance in order to make that happen.
The fee is still 1,000, am I correct? And then
Yes.
$400
And
deposit?
Huh?
1,000 rental fee, $400.
400 deposit, so they get the deposit back if everything's okay.
And if you check with the other facilities around us, they're probably higher than what we are.
Yeah, there.
Not only that, our facility is much bigger and it takes a lot of electricity to cool it down,
Correct.
you know, and there's other facilities that don't have that at all.
But you have that option if at some point you want to try to look, we can. So I'll bring you a report at the next meeting.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
So our next meeting in July would be the second Thursday, I believe. That would be the 8th.
But are we bringing something back in May?
Will we bring it back and
Yes,
revisit
we'll
it?
we'll bring back something in May with a report.
Okay, so,
And the main meeting is gonna be actually on a Wednesday, the 12th, because that's the last day for us to canvass votes.
I see.
So we have to have it on Wednesday instead of Thursday.
And what day would that be?
The 12th, May 12th.
May 12th, on my birthday. Look at that.
Is it?
Yes.
I'll bring you a gift.
Right, so was this just a discussion?
Yes.
Just a discussion, no action needed?
Yes.
All right, then moving on to closed session. Texas Government Code and Section 551.072, deliberation about real property, 551.074, personal matters. A, purchase of real estate, Francisco Lozano. B, personal matter, Maria T. Gonzalez. And it is now 7:32. Okay, we're ready. All right. It is now 8:04. No action was taken on, in closed session, which is item number 10. Coming out to open session, it is out now, 8:04, I apologize. The city council will reconvene into an open session to discuss and take possible action on the closed session items. Item number A, I need a motion to approve item number A. 8 is buying the property not to exceed $48,000 from Mr. Francisco Lozano.
So move.
First motion is made by Mr. Garcia. I need a second by Mr. Certuche. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Item B, no action needed, was needed for action B. Moving on to item number 12, which is meeting is adjourned. It is now 8:05.